Rickie, when you left L.A. last Sunday, what was your mood? What one word would you use to sum up your emotions after last Sunday?
One word. I'm not sure if there's one to really sum it all up. I would say excited. Putting Sunday behind me. I was obviously bummed, but I really just didn't have it on Sunday, and really just tried to salvage what I could. And then after seeing my daughter and wife after coming off the 18th, a lot of that was kind of behind me. And then more just looking forward, knowing how we've been playing, all the good stuff from last week, and just wanting to continue to go play some good golf and put myself in positions where I have chances to win.
Rickie, how ingrained do you feel like the technical changes you've made in your swing are? Are you having any technical thoughts out there, or are you just playing the holes?
No, there's pretty much always thoughts. It's still a work in progress, but it continues to get better and better. And some weeks or even some days are better than others. But it's just been something I've had to continue to focus on, exaggerate in practice and in warm-ups, and then keep the thoughts minimal on course and go hit shots, execute, and play golf.
At what point did 59 at all enter your mind?
Making the turn. I mean, after birdieing 18, I knew I could go potentially get 6 on the front, and especially after birdieing 1 and 2, my 10th and 11th. 7 under through 11 is a pretty good spot to be in. I would say between the turn and obviously after those 10th and 11th holes.
Can you describe the eagle on 6th and then your emotions after that, knowing that it was a really realistic shot there at 59?
Yeah, I mean, after getting through 5, I made 3 pars there. Still was thinking, birdie the last 4. So the chip was a bit of a bonus, making 3 on 6. And that made it, a little easier that I didn't have to make all birdies coming in.
You've played here a lot over the years. Just talk about the crowd. Did you notice a difference today since other days you've been here?
Yeah, no, I mean, the crowds are always great here. And then I was surprised how many people were out this morning with the weather and, the rain and stuff. But it was nice that the rain decided to hold off after we got through our first hole. And, we definitely had good crowd, good energy, with JT playing well in front of me and continuing to kind of move up the board. And, especially the last, 3-4 holes, seemed like more and more people kind of came out, which was great.
That first look when you get up to the ball on 9, do you look at it and say, yeah, I can make this one?
Yeah, it was definitely makeable, but at the same time, a lot of slope, and it ran away after the hole. So, I was trying to make it, but at the same time, I didn't want to run it 10 feet by. The chip kind of landed a little soft. Conditions were a little softer out there with the rain. So it wasn't a bad chip, but really going back to the second, I hit it right where I wanted to. The wind just didn't move it, so I was a little bummed with that. I was trying to hit one in there close and at least give myself a putt at it.
As soon as that left the club face on 9, you thought it was close. Did
Yeah.
think you thought you stuffed it?
Yeah, it started right where it landed, and we had not windy, but I mean it's blowing between 5 to 10 out there, so I thought the ball was going to drift a few yards. I thought it was going to come down right on the stick. I guess the TaylorMade ball I'm playing is a little too tight in the wind. But no, it was, I hit a great shot, executed what I wanted to. If I went back out in the same conditions, I would have told you this is where I want to start it, and it should move to the hole. It just didn't.
Have you broke 16 non-competitive rounds?
I have once. I shot 59 at McKenna. I can't remember. It was a few years back. Actually, Ram and I were playing together. I think I ended up winning the match 1-up. I shot 59. He shot 60. So it was a grind.
So they, don't call it a comeback, but can you just talk about what you found in your game, refound in your game recently, and where your confidence is right now?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily anything I've found. I mean, I learned a lot over the last few years, working with Tillery and then being back with Butch and just kind of getting back to focusing on a few key things, and where I'm in a position where I can go out and play golf with as limited thoughts as possible. But a lot of that was exaggerating a few things to get myself in a better position on takeaway and at the top of the swing. So couple that with starting to make more putts. I've finally been able to kind of build some momentum and confidence over the last 8 to 10 months.
What do you think your chances were starting today, and how much have they improved after today's round?
Well, I mean, never say you're necessarily out of a tournament, but being 10 back, it's really up to either a round like I put together or the leader's not necessarily going anywhere. So you just kind of go out there and see what happens. Now we'll see where the guys end up out front, and then how much of a chance we really have tomorrow. But I'm going to need another really good round of golf to give myself a legit shot.
Looks like you're going to be chasing Keegan tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys were in the final group out in Japan in the fall. Is there any sort of feeling of trying to get some revenge on him when he got you by one out there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he made a few clutch putts down the stretch at Zozo, and I had a couple that I missed, and that was kind of what decided it. We both had a solid week. Like I said, he made a couple putts that ended up getting him the win. So, yeah, I'm still going to have to play really well tomorrow. He's going to be a handful out in front of me, whether it's him or I think Ches is up there as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit more of the chasing behind, and really see if we can get off to a solid start and get ourselves in the mix.
Perfect. Thanks, Rickie.
Thanks.